So today, what I wanted to do was just make a quick little tier list of every single animal and every single food item in Super Auto Pets. So, gonna be ranking food and animals, and I'm not gonna be going like how well they do in the late game or early game, just how I would just say like, well, I'll be taking that into consideration because like you're not usually gonna be running an ant to round 15 or whatever, but you see an ant on round 1, you always buy an ant. So to me, ant is an S tier. It's an S tier unit. Just for that reason, because when you see an ant, you buy it. So that's kind of how this list is gonna go. Like, ants, it doesn't scale well, but you buy it always. So now we have the apple. Apple, it's pretty bad, not gonna lie. Put it in D tier. I don't think it's the worst, because say you have like a beetle, ladybug, or are they even on this list, the beetle ladybugs? Is the DLC not on here? Oh, we can add them later. But say you have like ladybug, beetle, or a worm, for example, and you like have 3 gold left and there's an apple in the shop, you're like, well, might as well buy it just for like that small buff. So it's not awful in that sense, because it's a targeted food, so you can still get like, you know, a 1/1 buff from it and maybe proc a different buff from it, but you know, it's not that good. Now for the badger, easy S tier. Honey badger with I'm gonna skip ahead in this list. Badger and honey, these two, probably like the best things you can buy early game. It can win you so many games because it's just such a strong combo, and it's a very cheap combo. Cheap, not cheap as in like monetarily, I mean cheap as in like it's pretty much like luck if you win sometimes. It's really dumb, but I believe badger and honey are just an S tier things to buy, because honey can turn losses into draws and draws into wins, and I think it's just invaluable to have in the early game. Just throw honey on your back unit and then you usually draw or win. It's just a good thing to have. Now the beaver. I think the beaver goes down here with the apple. It's not the worst unit in the world. It has alright stats, but it doesn't really, it's not something you keep around. You get it, you buy it so you can get that +1 health to 2 different units, but it's not something that you want, really. Okay, now we have the buffalo. Or is it the bison? Whatever this thing is. I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna put it in B tier. I really like using this unit, but it comes early. It comes in pretty early in the game, and a lot of the time you do not have the capabilities to use its ability, you know, have a level 3 unit so that it increases its own stats. And usually by the time you get a level 3 unit, it's too late for it, because it doesn't scale fast enough to like keep up. But if you do happen to get like a level 3 very early on, this thing is incredible. It scales super well if you have a level 3 early on, but in the later game it doesn't scale too well. But I think as you say, it's good all around, but it's better than all around, because C is like all around. Now we got the pufferfish, and I'm just gonna say it, pufferfish, A tier. I don't think it's I don't think it's up in S tier like the badger and ant, because usually when you see an ant, badger, or honey, these are like things that as soon as you see them, you want to buy. For the early game, that is. But pufferfish, you're like, if you get it on a level up, you're like, yeah, I'll throw that on my team, because it can be really good. And, you know, it has really good synergies with, like, the hedgehog and the elephant and stuff, so... And a lot of times you can just, like, win by only attacking once with it. Or attacking your team attack once. And then this can just win. So, I don't think it's S tier, but it's definitely pretty good, because, you know, these sniping teams lose pretty hard to garlic armor. And garlic armor is pretty common. And just really easy to get and just good. So it does have that big downside. Like if your opponent, if you're running like pufferfish hedgehog and your opponent has garlic armor, you're probably not gonna win. Now we have meat bone. I think meat bone's pretty interesting because it adds 5 attack, which isn't actually a lot. Like early game it's a lot, but late game it's not a lot. But I feel like it's still really good for late game. Well, not really good, but it's alright for late game. Because, I mean, if you have nothing else, it's literally just 5 extra attack. So I think it goes next to the bison in B tier. Now, is a caterpillar on here? I don't think so. So, butterfly / caterpillar. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Only, like, this unit's only good if you can get it early enough, because, you know, it scales by itself by leveling up every single turn, and then once it reaches level 3, then it gets the then it turns into the butterfly, which copies the stats of your highest statted unit, which, you know, is good, because then it's just like you get 2 of your highest statted unit. There is a lot of counterplay to the butterfly, like skunks or any sniping can snipe the butterfly before it copies HP, or if a skunk hits your strongest unit, then it's going to copy your strongest unit and have like 1 HP. But I think it's just really good in general, because if you have the caterpillar, it will level up, and that means you get like a free next tier upgrade. So once it levels itself up by itself to level 2, then you're just like, ooh, I get the next tier of animal earlier, and I did not have to spend any gold for that. So I think it's just good utility, pretty strong, and it's just a nice unit overall. Now we have the camel. I'm not sure where exactly to put the camel. So I've never really used the camel before, but it does seem pretty good. I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier, because it is really hard to just proc it. It's good with, like, you know, blowfish hedgehog teams, but, like, you know, I'm just gonna say it, elephant is not that good. So that's like the best way to proc it usually, and it's, you know, not the best way to do it. But I feel, like, giving the unit behind it, like, more attack and health is good. Like, camel, kangaroo is good, you know, all that stuff. So I think it's solid B tier. And canned food. For canned food, I think, honestly, I think this goes in A tier. You don't use cans a lot. I feel like most people don't use the can a lot. But if you feel like you're, like, very comfortable with your squad, you just buy cans, which lets you pivot off easier. And I think pivoting is very important in Super Auto Pets. It's just what you have to do. So I put the can, in A tier. Now for the cat. And the cat's kind of hard, because what the cat does is that it doubles the the health and attack effects of food items. But it's a tier 6 pet, which means which means you get it pretty late in the game. And at that point, you're not really using food, because all the food-based, like the worm or the seal or whatever, seal, rabbits, all those are early game ones. They're early game units. So you don't really these guys don't really get to interact a lot, because you're not keeping around a rabbit too late, and by the late game your squad is mostly set in stone. And if you're gonna keep the rabbit, you're not gonna sell the rabbit to buy a cat, because that just wouldn't make any sense. So I think the cat just comes in way too late to actually be that useful, but its effect, it can be pretty good. I just haven't really seen a really good setup for it. I haven't really seen anybody use it to its fullest extent. Now, chili pepper. Yeah, I don't think there's much to say about the chili pepper. It's like very good at knocking melon armor off. Say there's like a very weak unit with stake behind like a big boy, you could potentially kill a staked unit, because people usually put stake on their very weak units. So, pretty good all around. I wouldn't put it in S tier because chili pepper doesn't fit with like every single build, but it's pretty good. Now, coconut armor. And I mean, it's kind of hard to rank this because, the gorilla is the only thing that gets to use the coconut armor, but it's good. Negates all damage for one attack. I mean, yeah, that's good because, even melon armor. Melon armor is fantastic food to put on your things, but, it has a limit. It just takes away 20 damage, which it won't always protect you, which is the scary part. The melon armor will not always protect you, so coconut is cool. Cow S tier, because if you have a free spot where you can put a cow, you always put a cow. You always, like, I don't really need this unit, I'm gonna sell it just so I can buy a cow. A cow is something that you always buy because it is 3 gold for like a free 6 stats, which is actually kind of nuts. Cow, I think, is an easy S tier. Now the crab. The crab is interesting. It's changed a little bit. It used to be that it copied the health of the friend in front of it, but now when you buy it, it copies the health of the highest health friend. And I think it does make it a little bit better, but also, say you like never find a crab again, then you'll be stuck with a weak crab. But it does have but it can have a lot of utility, like the cupcake crab strat. Like, you throw a cupcake on your highest HP one, it gets +3 health and attack, and the crab will permanently gain that +3 from that unit. So it could be good there. Now we have the cricket. And cricket, it's not that good. It's kind of like honey, but somehow worse, I feel. Because, it's like a 1/2 unit and it spawns a 1/1. With the honey, you can put it on anything, which I think it puts it not in D tier. I was thinking D tier, but no, I think it belongs in C tier. Now the crocodile. It snipes the very back, which I've tried to run crocodile before, and for me personally, it never works. But in general, I think it's actually a pretty strong unit. I think it's pretty good at what it does. It's just sniping. And even though I have never gotten it to work well, I honestly do think it's like an A tier unit. Because it can be pretty strong. Okay, now we're on to the deer. And I'm a huge deer fan. I do like me a deer. I feel like the deer, it's a good unit for like, I have an extra spot open and I don't know what to put there for the time being. So I'm just gonna throw a deer in there. And the deer is pretty good. I put it down in B tier because the deer, it doesn't like scale too well. Like it spawns, like getting it to level 3 doesn't even do that much damage, doesn't do too much for you. But it's a very good unit to like throw in a 4 squad. Like say you like combine a bunch of your combining in the early game and you get a deer, you're excited because the deer is pretty good in the early game. Okay, now the Dodo. And I'm gonna say, I think the Dodo fell off. I'll say it. I feel like the Dodo was a lot better when the game first came out, but I don't think it's that good anymore. I think I just put it in C tier. Now we have the dog. And I'm gonna be honest, I kinda hate the dog. Like, I used to use it all the time when the game first came out, but I think the dog fell off. Fell off like one of the hardest units to fall off is the dog, I feel like. So for that, dog, kind of D tier. Now for the Dolphin. I feel like the Dolphin is a lot like the Crocodile, and where there's just like meant to snipe a specific unit, and they do good damage. Oh, thank you. Oh wait, I can't read that. Denny Alec for the follow. Did I say that right? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The Dolphin, it's like very. Just say Denny. All right. That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like the Dolphin serves the same purpose as the Crocodile in a sense, where they're meant to snipe a specific unit, and they both do pretty good damage, I feel like. But I don't. You know what? Why is dog so low? I feel like the dog has really fallen off in the meta. So I remember in the first, like when the game first came out, dog was like super cracked. But now I feel like every time I use it, I just can't use it good. Maybe it's my skill issue, but personally I feel like the dog just has fallen off, and there's just like I don't even like, every time I like see a dog now, I'm just like, I don't even want to touch that, because I don't know, I feel like it can be good, but I think it's, you have to work too hard to make it good, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where to put the Dolphin. I think in B tier, because I feel like it's kind of like the deer in the sense like, if you have a 4 squad and you just need a unit to fill in that spot for just like a turn, I feel like the Dolphin's a good choice. Now the Dragon. Yeah, dog is pretty good with Dragon. Dragon is kinda... I'm kinda sad because I feel like I've never gotten the chance to use a Dragon before. And that makes me kinda sad. Because I've never like gotten the chance to use it, but I've seen the power of the Dragon in many teams before, so I think it's an S tier. I just hope that I'll get the chance to use it, because every time I get to like the point where I get the tier 6s, I was like, I don't have the squad that can fit a Dragon. And so for the duck, I think I'm just dumb, but I hate the duck. It's just like super weak, and it gives you 1 HP to your shop pets. Yeah, because now we have the beetle and the DLC pack, and the beetle's just it's just a better duck, and they're both tier 1s. So yeah, duck, goodbye. Elephant. I don't know how to feel about the elephant. The elephant, to me, it's kinda... I think it's bad, honestly. Like, I know it can synergize well with the with camel and blowfish and stuff, but I think just like I think it's not worth having on that squad. Because every time I go up against a hedgehog pufferfish build, nobody ever runs the elephant anymore. I don't know, I just found this tier list, it's weird. Because like, the gorilla and coconut are separate, and I thought that was weird. I mean, I think gorilla goes up with the, obviously with the coconut armor, because it's just good. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, that is weird. Peanut and scorpion. I'll do them at the same time. I lost my train of thought with the elephant. I think I was saying every time I encounter a pufferfish hedgehog build, nobody ever runs elephant anymore. And I think that's pretty telling to say that it's not good, because it's kind of meant for that. It's meant for like camels, peacocks. Yeah, it can be good, but I feel like I don't see anybody run it anymore. Not sure though, because I've never ran elephant before. But I'm gonna put it next to the dog. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Now the fish. Yeah, I can see why apple could be F tier, but I think the only reason why I'd put it in D tier is because I know the DLC isn't, or the expansion pack isn't on here, but the reason I put it there is because like beetle and ladybug and stuff, because you know, if you're at the end of your turn, you have 3 gold left, and you're like, wow, I should feed this to like, I should just feed this like a worm or something, just so it gets a stat buff, because a targeted food, the fact that it's a targeted food, I think is what keeps it out of F tier, for me at least. Now for the fish. I think fish is just... I put it in C tier. Because it's like... It has good stats for early game. And like... Kind of like with the ants. Like, if you see the fish, you usually just buy it. But it falls off so fast. And you just like... sell it. It's cool if you get the level 2 fish, because, you know, you get the stat buff to everybody, but usually, once you get level 2 fish, you just sell it instantly. So I don't think it's that good. Now the flamenco. I don't know why, but for me, I've been using the flamenco a lot recently. I just throw it in the front of the squad and keep it around probably for way longer than I should keep it around for. And I don't know. I think it barely squeaks by in B tier. Because I don't know why. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel in my heart. I feel it in my heart to squeeze it into B tier. Now fly. Fly got nerfed super hard. But it's still pretty good. Yeah, I'd say deer is pretty good with whale. But my reasoning for deer here is because, like, say you have a 4 squad, and you just need, like, an extra unit to fill in the spot for that turn. You're just gonna buy, if the deer's there, you're just gonna buy a deer. Because, like, it's just good to have in general. But, yeah, I think deer's pretty there. I can't talk today. Fly, though. I never run a fly build, and I refuse to run a fly build. But I don't respect the fly build at all, but I understand it's a very good unit. Yeah. Deer's like pretty hit or miss. Like, it can be so incredibly valuable, or just doesn't really, or just be like fodder to it, like a hippo or something. And garlic armor. You know what? Honestly, I put garlic armor in S tier. Because right now, a lot of people are still running the hedgehog blowfish build. And garlic armor just completely obliterates anything that they hope and dream for. It's like, yeah, it's just good. I will say it has fallen off a little bit more recently, but like 3 weeks ago, you played, everybody was running it all the time. But I think garlic's just good in general, because like for like the hippo, like it's really good with the hippo, because, you know, the hippo's good against the white weenie builds. Let's see. Yeah, garlic I think is S tier. Giraffe. I really like giraffe. Giraffe is a very good... Oh, you started playing 3 weeks ago? Yeah, that's fair. Giraffe is a really good early game one. But it does fall off pretty quickly. So, having that +1/+1 every single turn is like pretty invaluable, I would say, at the early game. So, I'm gonna actually do some... You know, I want to rearrange the tiers a little bit. So, I think ant is like best bang for your buck in the entire game, because like you always buy an ant at the beginning of the game. Like if you see an ant, you buy it usually. And badger, I think it's the bottom of S tier. Honey, I'll put like right here. And yeah, I think that's gonna be my S tier. For A tier, fly goes to the top of A tier. Pre-patch fly would be like an SS tier, but it's still pretty obnoxious. And you know what? I think I'm gonna move canned food down to B tier. I feel more comfortable with that. Yeah, fly is pretty good. I just, for me, as the second I first saw a fly build, when it spawned when I first encountered a fly and it spawned like 18 flies, I was like, I'm never gonna run a fly build. And I'm gonna never run a fly build, and it's gonna be like the last achievement I don't have unlocked is gonna be the fly. I don't think I've ever put a fly in my team in my life. Because it makes me sad. It makes me sad, and I don't want to make other people sad. So yeah, I think this is fair. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right now, Hedgehog. I think Hedgehog just belongs right next to Blowfish. A little bit under it. But, like, if you're running Hedgehog, you run Blowfish. If you're running Blowfish, you're running Hedgehog. So I feel like these two are just, like... I feel like these two, they're like two peas in a pod. They have to be next to each other on the tier list. Oh, now the hippo. I actually really like the hippo a lot. I think it's just like a super good unit in general. If you can get a really fat hippo, then it can like just when you like if you get like a 25 hippo, you can like wipe out any team with that usually, unless they have like a super strong boy in the front or a scorpion or whatever. But I think the hippo's A tier. I think it's like is it better than a fly though? It counters the fly like excellently, but it also like, you know, I don't think it's better than the fly though. It counters it, but it's not better. Yeah, Hedgehog shows no mercy for Melon. That is true. That's why Hedgehog is literally the only reason why I'm always scared to buy Melon armor for my units. Cause like, man, if I run into a Hedgehog build, it's actually over. Now the horse. Horse is like dog, and that it's not good anymore. It used to be really good. Yeah, Mosquito does do the same. Let's see. Horse. I'm actually tempted to put horse in F tier because, you know, it has terrible stats. Doesn't have any way of scaling. And like the dog can at least scale. Like it has the ability to. It can actually get strong. But the horse doesn't really do much. Like even at level 3, all the horse does is like give you 3 more attack to something that's newly summoned. And that's like negligible. I think honestly, horse after like when I first started playing the game, dog and horse were my best friends. Like every time I saw a dog and horse, I was like, oh, take that, make a white weenie build. Let's go. But they really did fall off, and I just don't think they're good anymore. Kind of washed. Now Kangaroo. Kangaroo's kind of hard to rank. Because it can be so good. But like if it gets sniped, it's just your entire build file falls apart. Like Hippo Kangaroo can be really good, but I don't think Kangaroo is B tier good. I think it's top of B tier. Yeah, versus Summon, like, yeah, just getting a Hippo Kangaroo, it's just obliterates that entire team. I think Kangaroo goes top of B tier. I don't think it has the... Because it relies so heavily on something else. I think it just needs to... Doesn't quite get into A tier. Because, like, A tier, they either, like... They can hold off on their own pretty well. Like the Butterfly. While it is, like... You know... comes off, like, your strongest unit. But it's just, like, a copy of your strongest unit. So I don't think it, like, necessarily... has to like suck on your other units too. Yeah, early Kangaroo is pretty good. Like Kangaroo's not bad by any means, but I don't think it quite reaches into the A tier. Now Leopard is pretty good. Does 50% of its attack to a random enemy. Do that with like a tiger, then it does like its attack to a random enemy. But I don't really use Leopard. I haven't really used it before, and it's hard to place it. It's really hard to place the ones that I haven't used. Because there are a few that I haven't used before. And dang, we still have so much to go through. It's kind of funny. Leopard. Mammoth and leopard mosquito. Yeah. I'm not sure where to place the leopard though. It's hard to say, like, I really wish I was less, like, have a lot of experience with all these units, but I don't. Dodo leopard's kind of hype. Yeah, I do remember getting, like, sniped by a Dodo leopard and I got upset. I don't want to shove everything into B tier. I think leopard can actually be pretty good. I haven't been able to use it properly, but I think it can be pretty good. And mammoth, I think, like, mammoth is just good. Like, it's good just to, like, throw in in your squad as, like, an anti-scorpion, or, like, put a stake on it or whatever. It's just good in the front because then it just buffs all your boys. Mushroom mammoth is also really good. I forgot about that. I think mammoth is just really good. I haven't used mammoth personally, but I just know it's good. Now monkey, I would say, I want to put in an S tier, but I feel like it shouldn't be. Because giving +3/+3 is like a really good, it's such a good buff. But it does come later into the game. And usually you don't have, like, your strongest unit in the front. You know what? Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Monkey is S tier. There shouldn't be a debate about it. Monkey's S tier. Mosquito now. I'll put Mosquito, like, top of C tier. It's kind of like the fish. Has a good stat, well, has a good effect, and but once it lives out its purpose of being on your team for like 3 turns, then you just sell it. But it's alright in the early game. I think C tier is alright. Now Cupcake. Be honest, not a huge Cupcake fan. Might even call me a Cupcake hater. Only in the game though. I do really enjoy sweets in real life, but I think the Cupcake is not that good. Like, if you're trying to win early on, I think Cupcake's pretty good, but I don't think it's that good in general. Now we have the 1-up mushroom. Yeah, Cupcake crab strats is like, that's the only time it's good, but other than that, that's like, it's kind of poopy doody. Now, mushroom. Trying to think, does mushroom belong in A or S tier? I think I'll put it like in the middle of A tier because, well, the reason I'm gonna put it in A tier is because it only works with only a few units where it's like meaningful. Like mammoth mushroom is obviously like an incredible combo, but there's like only 2 other animals that really do benefit from having mushroom. Like, actually, I'll put it at the top of A tier because like mammoth, hedgehog, and another one. There's another one that benefits. Scorpion, yeah, scorpion. Those are like the only 3 units that really do benefit from the 1-up, and I feel like the fact that it only benefits 3 doesn't make it that good, but it is still a very good item. It is close. It's pretty close to being an S tier though. Yeah, like, the S tier for me is like something that you can throw on any squad and it be good. Like, early game, you always throw an ant on your squad. Cow. Like, if you have a spot open, you always buy a cow. Honey. You always buy honey in the early game. I think Dragon's just, like, goated. Like, he can't fit on every squad, but I think Dragon's just super goated. Garlic, you can throw it on any squad and it's good. Badger, you throw it in the back of any squad, it's good. Like Mammoth, Monkey, throw it on any squad, it's good. But the Mushroom, it does not fit on like every single squad. That's why I think it's at the very top of A tier. Let's move on with Otter. I think Otter is okay. Good stat buff for the early games. It's kind of just like one of those buy-sell things. But yeah, I think it's good. Now we got the Ox. Ox is kind of insane early game. Like, Ox Kangaroo combo in the early game is kind of cracked. I'm actually gonna put it like this. Like that. Ox Kangaroo early game is crazy. Yeah, Ox is pretty crazy early melon. You know what? Actually, A tier. Yeah, A tier. Put it in front of the Croc. Ox is pretty good. Parrot. Parrot is really funny. I like throwing parrots onto squads that don't really need a parrot, or like a parrot wouldn't really work. But it could work, and it could be funny. Yeah, I want to look up the exact effect of the parrots, because I'm not actually sure. Pets. Let's see. Forgot where the parrot is. Let me just... Copability from front of head, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. I think, honestly, Parrot's an A tier. Because it just can be, like, super good. Like, it's kind of like... You know what? I think I can also put Tiger Cub in this thing, because they basically do the exact same thing. They're basically the same thing. But, yeah, like, Parrot Turkey or Tiger Cub Turkey. Like, if we're talking about turkey, let's always just, like, put it... Turkey's, like, goated. But I never use turkey because I don't usually use summons builds, but I cannot deny how absolutely good. Yeah, I would say Tiger is a bit more versatile. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Actually, put it above Gorilla. Do it like this. Yeah, because, yeah, Tiger makes them repeat their ability twice. Yeah, I'm just gonna double check. Level 3 Gorilla is kind of cracked. Tiger. Yeah, friend ahead repeats ability as if... Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. No, I'm fine with that. Now Peacock. I have to say, I used to be a huge Peacock fan when I first started playing the game. And then I realized it's not that good. Because having the effect of having to, you know, get hurt to do more, to get more attack, it's not really that good. Because, you know, like, I'm trying to think of a scenario. Like, say you have like an elephant build, and you're like elephant peacock. By the time your elephant dies, it's usually like if you have like an 8-2 unit, and it's just not good because you'll just get one shot by pretty much anything. Like, it might be able to like beat over anything that it fights, but it's also just gonna die. I think longevity in some units it depends on the type of unit, but longevity in units is pretty important. So I don't think it's that good, honestly. I'll put it next to the thing. Now Scorpion, and I'll put it near the top of A tier. Part of me wants to put it in S tier, but I feel like there's pretty easy counterplay. Like if you have a regular Scorpion, Melon Armor just beats it. Have another Scorpion, this opponent has a Scorpion, your Scorpion's pretty much useless. Scorpion gets sniped, it's very bad for you. So I feel like the Scorpion has a lot of... It is pretty cracked with the Mushroom, I will say that. But I feel like it does have a lot of counterplay. Like, say like, you know, you have a Mushroom on it. It gets sniped and then it hits a Melon Armor, then it's just like, well, it literally didn't do any damage. It knocked the Melon Armor, but you know. I don't feel like it's S tier, but it's definitely a very good unit. And Pear. Pear is just good. If you're going with like a food-based build, like you love to see pears. Pears are just pretty good. I don't think that's an argument that pears are just good. Now the Penguino. Yeah, pear's just better apple. Like the difference between 1-1 and 2-2 is like actually an insane amount of difference. I mean, it's twice as good. So the Penguin gives buffs to... I forgot, is it just a 1-1 buff or is it like a 1-2 buff? 1-1, okay. So Penguin is actually pretty good mid-game unit. It doesn't usually stick around long, but it's kind of like what I was saying with the deer. You have an open spot. Yeah, it's only good at level 2, I would say. But like, I think it's only in B tier though, because it's something that should be temporary on your team, but for it to be like really good, you have to keep it around for a little bit longer than you would like. But yeah, I think that's a good place for it. Now the pig. Unless you're running like a buy-sell kind of build, pig is just awful. A 3-1 is terrible stats. Like, you only get 1 gold back. Like, if you're, like, yeah. Let me see if I remember what the dragon does. I can't spell. Yeah, buy tier 1 pet, give all pets 1. Yeah, like... Sometimes penguin feels like it's better than monkey. I think it really has the potential to, but the monkey, you do not have to commit to it, like, at all. So I do actually get what you mean. I haven't used penguin a lot in my teams, but I think it actually does deserve to be an A tier. Put it next to butterfly. Because in mid-game, pretty much all your units are like level 2s or 3s. So just getting that stat buff is good. Though, like a 1-1 stat buff isn't that good, but a 2-2 stat buff to every unit is pretty good. So, yeah, you swayed my vote. You swayed my vote. But back to the pig, like, unless you're running like dragon, dog. It's pretty dog. Yeah, I do like me a butterfly, but it's only good if you get the caterpillar early enough. Pill. Should this be A tier? Should the pill be A tier? The pill is like so versatile, because pill something in front of the ox, you know, it gets its permanent staff buffs. Pill an ant, pill a flamingo, pill a mammoth. If you like pill, you can like kill a cricket in front of an ox and sell the zombie cricket, then literally that's a free stat buff for the ox. I think Pale is good. Is very good. I feel like, yeah. I think I'm gonna rank it. I'm gonna put it actually at the bottom of A tier. Cause yeah, I would say it does have a lot of potential, but it's not like every situation where it's, you know, useful. And every single time you need a pill, you can never find a pill, and it's probably the most annoying thing about it. Now, pizza. Pizza is like 2 random pairs. I think it is good, but I don't think it's good as the pair, because like targeted food to me is just like really, really good. Like to choose what food you want to put on something is pretty good to me. But the +2/+2 to 2 random units isn't bad. Yeah, pizza's just literally a better salad. I think I'd put it like here. With that being said, I'll put the salad in like B tier, because like pizza and salad are good if you're running a rabbit, which let's just rate the rabbit now. Rabbit, I think top of B tier. I like putting rabbits in my build. I think it's just like nice to have a rabbit in your squad if you have the space for it, and if you get it early, because just like it just makes food better in general. Candy's better than Magic. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, but yeah, I think rabbit's just pretty good. Like, you buy food, it just becomes better, it just gives more HP and stuff. No, I convinced myself I'm gonna put it like bottom of A tier. Now the rat. Think no surprise, rat is bad. Because it does have good stats when you buy it. It's like a 5/5 or whatever. But, you know, you just give your opponent a unit, and it also only does like 1 damage to the team, which is not worth it. I've seen a lot of, yeah, I don't know what I'm smoking if I thought of putting it in D tier. Thank you for bringing me to my senses. Yeah. Yeah, probably the worst. Okay, Rhino. I haven't really ran a Rhino before, but I know it can be like insane. It can be like crazy against the summons build. I haven't used it, but yeah, it's hard to say. Because Rhino builds usually don't work against my teams because I usually don't use summons build. But I have seen like other videos where Rhinos just absolutely obliterate a summons team. So I'm just going to put it in a B tier because I'm not too sure of the potential of the Rhino. But I feel like that's a comfortable place to put it. Now we got the hen. The hen was something else that was also like heavily nerfed. And I would still say it's still pretty good. I'd still say it's a pretty good unit. Definitely not as good as it once was. Yeah, summons builds are not as good as they used to be. Because they realize how good they are pretty early on, and they're just like, wait, we can't have this. No, actually no. Since from the nerf, I'm gonna actually put it in B tier. Because Like, pre-patch hen, it would have a strong argument for S tier, but it was nerfed pretty, I say pretty fairly. I think B tier is a good place for it. Now Seal. Seal is kind of like, it's kind of like rabbit and worm combined. I mean, I should move worm over here if we're talking. Move these over here if we're gonna be talking about food for a second. Yeah, Seal is like a worm and a rabbit combined. You feed it food and it gives random stats to anybody else. Yeah, I think everybody flocked towards summons builds when they first started out, and then they realized, well, hey, this isn't that good. Yeah, I used to focus on summons builds when I first started playing too, like, oh, run horse, dog, bunch of crickets with honey and stuff. Just like stuff like that. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Seal. I think Seal is okay. It is a later unit, but it can actually scale your team pretty well if you have like a rabbit or something with you. I think it's pretty valuable. I think, you know what? I'm gonna put all these guys right next to each other. All the food boys. So I feel like they all benefit from food pretty like equally, in a way. Actually, like that, like this. Please. I think like that. Because, no. I would say Worm's not that good unless you get it early. It's really hard to scale it unless you do get it early. Because you just need to keep feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. But this brings me into Sushi. And I think Sushi is actually... I think Sushi's like pretty good. Like almost pair good. Because it targets 3 of your 5 units. So you have, you know, a 3/5 chance. Like a 3/5 chance to hit the thing you want, which is just good. Like I'm tempted to make it better than pair. You know what? I think it is a little bit better than pair. Because like say you're running like rabbits. Let's just say you're running worm, rabbit, seal. Like Sushi hitting all 3 of them, like that's just an insane amount of stats being thrown around. And I think just its potential to do that and just like, you know, give a general like a little buff to everybody on your team is very good. So I think a little bit better than the pair is good. Now we have the shark. Ugh, I need to hydrate. The shark. Not really sure where to put the shark because I don't really use it. I'm gonna look up what it does again. I think it's like 2-1. Yeah, friend fans. Yeah, honestly, I think I'll put it in a B tier because summons builds in general got nerfed. So it's just not as strong as it once was. Now for the sheep. I think sheep is just okay. I'll put it at top of C tier. But it's just, you know, like it's good. Like say if you have a spider and it drops a sheep, like that's pretty good. But oh god, having the burps. But having the sheep in general, I would say is not that good. Unless you really need a level 3, then you can like, you know, get a level 2 sheep, pill your sheep, combine the rams, and then you get a level 3. But it's not that good. Just okay. Now shrimp. Let's say shrimp is bad. I haven't really found a good way to use a shrimp before. And I think it's just bad in general. And I don't think anybody would be too upset about that. I keep scrolling the wrong way. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Snail. Snail's good. Snail is pretty good. Honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I'd feel comfortable putting Snail in S tier. Because if you lose and you see a Snail and you have this base for it, you're gonna buy a Snail. Like, why wouldn't you? There's literally no reason to not buy the Snail. Like, obviously it's bad if you don't lose, but we all lose at some point, so it's good. Very rarely do you get a perfect 10 win. Now the snake. I actually do really like the snake. It does fit in well with the snipers. It's like a different type of sniper. Because, you know, yeah, they can't really buff shrimp that much. I can't imagine how they would make it like that good. Yeah. I'm gonna see what it exactly. Yeah, friend soul, give a random friend 1 to 2 HP. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think of a way to make it like good, but not really good. Like it was like sell a friend and then every single friend gets +1 HP, then it'd be insanely good. Thank you, Hufris, for the follow. I appreciate it. I lost my train of thought again, but yeah. Let's call you Q. Alright. Yeah, it's just kind of bad. Now, Spider. I think Spider is okay. Like if you get it early and then you get like, you can pay it to get like a random next tier, like tier 3 unit, it can be good. But like, it's not that good. Because the two most valuable things I would say you could get from a spider is either the sheep or the turtle. And honestly, the sheep and turtle could just easily win you the round if you just get lucky. But that's like the only good thing the spider can give you. So I think it's actually like here. I don't think it's that good. Now the squirrel. Squirrel used to be kind of insane. Because if you bought it, that, you know, Q, that actually surprised me because I read oh god, wait, I have a stroke. I read Deanie's message above it, so I thought you said this tier list is shit, and I was like, well, that's fair. Yeah. Squirrel used to be kind of good because before the patch, it was like if you bought Squirrel, then the shop food was just free for that turn. But now it's like, you know, it's only discounted by like the first, like if the Squirrel discounted all food in the shop, cat lower than giraffe. Right, let me see if I remember what the cat does. I'm forgetting now. I'm stressed out. Oh, my reasoning for the cat being so low, actually, this belongs to the top of C tier for me. I think the reason I think the cat is like C tier is because I feel it comes in too late into the game. Yeah, that's fair, because like cat's a tier 6 boy. And at that point, you're not really using that much food, I feel like. But I feel like if you can get it early, cat can be like cracked. But I don't think it's I think it comes in a little bit, like if it was a tier 5, like the cat would be like broken. But since it's tier 6, I think it bounces a little bit out. Like, to me, C tier is just like, they're alright. It's not like they're bad, they're just alright. But like, these ones are whatever. Yeah, Squirrel, bad. Not good. I think it's better than a shrimp, but bad. Swan. Yeah. It's Swan, you know Swan's good. A tier. I don't know. This one doesn't have all the boys on it. It doesn't have the packs. I'm so sad. I still have never seen a sloth in the game. I'm so sad. But yeah, I don't think there's any arguments that Swan is A tier. You've seen like 3 sloths? That's insane. I've never seen one before. I'm jealous. Turtle. Dude, that's the dream, to get a level 3 sloth win. That's the dream. I think Turtle's okay. Also, I just realized there's not melon armor on this list. Weird. It's missing some things. But yeah. Turtle can be good. Early melon armor. If you pill it, you get early melon armor. Turtle, pretty much essential if you're running a butterfly build. Like, you have to have it, or it's usually not gonna work out too well. But yeah, I think it's good there. And whale. I used to be the biggest whale fan, like, of all time. But then I don't know why I just stopped using it. I think I just like steered away. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. A troop like the Dodo, but it works with health. That's what I've been saying, bro. That'd be so nice to have that. Have a unit like that. Like, the best unit that like gives health is like either the rabbit or the giraffe. And like, giraffe is okay early game, and rabbit's like alright, but like there's not really that much. Tier 3 turtle is kind of cracked, I'll give you that. Yeah, whale. I don't know, man. I like the whale. He can be good. You know what? I think I'm gonna put it in the whale in B tier, because I haven't seen anybody use the whale in like a creative way in a while, I feel like. Because the only time I see whale now is when they're using it with hedgehog builds, and it's like another whale hedgehog blowfish build. Kind of cringe, bro. But alright, wait, presentation mode. There we go. I think that's my list, actually. I think it's gonna be my list. It doesn't have everything on it, which is kind of weird. No. What can I really do about it? Nothing. Nothing is the answer. I guess I could add. What am I missing though? I don't even know how to like add more images. Not the worst, but some things I would change. Yeah, that's fair. Because I'm not super... It's not like I've gotten like 10 wins with every single one of these pets yet. So I'm not really sure how... So I'm not like well versed in the technique of certain ones. So my data's a little skewed because I don't have enough information on some of these units. But from from the game that the games I've been playing, I feel like this is how I would rank everything. And I think it's a good ranking for me. Like, there's a lot of units where I'm like I love the bison, but like I know it's not that good because it's hard to get that level 3 because it comes in so early. It's hard to get that level 3, and then when you do get a level 3, it comes in late. So it's like, yeah, it's not the best, but oh, I gotta move around in my chair. Okay. You know, and I think that's good for this.